Hello there. This is going to be a mini tutorial for how to be a gigantic OP faggot shadow. I mean tank shadow. The basics of tank shadow are basically to do damage, have frame rate issues apparently, and not die, as with any tank. However, with tank shadow, I typically use DPS gear. I would like to have the set bonus for the tank gear, but we'll get into that later. The basics, I will show you the skill tree first. We'll start with that. So this is typically what you want as a damage tank shadow. If you went straight tank, you'd get some points in that and that, but that's pretty much it. I mean, and also this one. This gives more damage when you stun somebody, but for the most part you're going to be using this as a tank shadow, even if you want to go straight tank, because of certain really good skills over here. But so basically what happens is you start out with applied force. That's just kind of there because so this is a little bit useless as a damage tank. This increases the base damage of most of your weapon attacks. This technique mastery increases your internal elemental resistance by 9%. That's pretty damn useful. It's 9% plus 10% from your basic, force valor buff. Expertise increases the damage dealt by your techniques, since they all do damage. That's pretty good to get. And also elusiveness, cooldown force speed. This is really good in PvP. Makes your resilience on a 45-second cooldown instead of a minute. It's really useful. And force speed down to a 20-second cooldown, which is like the huttball move, basically. 3% endurance, of course. Hit points, awesome. Let's see, this is also another one. Force speed removes movement parrying effects, and resilience is 2 seconds longer. It's really good. Just you kind of become unstoppable movement-wise, especially as a tank shadow because of that. Let's see. Particle acceleration. This is pretty good. You'll start to use this as you become more familiar with this spec, because what happens is your project is gonna be on cooldown. Surprisingly, I mean it's 6-second cooldown, but you're gonna want to use it even more, and you'll see why. I mean, also the force potency buff. Normally this move, I'm going to assume people watching this are going to be shadow at 50, so I don't want to have to explain it, but you get that extra crit chance on the force move. Force potency deals another 50% critical damage if that's up when you have particle acceleration up. Very good move. Kinetic ward. This is basically just shield chance, and every time your shield goes off, you lose a charge. You start with 8 charges, and it's on a 10 or 12-second cooldown. This, I mean, it lasts 10 seconds, so, or 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds. So you could just keep this up. I mean, you'll see this is the revenge move. You put up your rocks, and I mean, this is I love this because you keep it up all the time, if you can remember. And look at this. I have DPS gear, except for the shield. That's but DPS gear, I have 38% shield chance. It's pretty ridiculous, because you gotta keep in mind you're doing a lot of damage while you're being this tanky. One with the force, this is a must-have. This increases your force regeneration by 30%, which, if you look at it, puts it up to 10.4 from the base of 8. Doesn't sound like much, but again, hopefully people watching this are experienced shadows or learning shadow. It's a humongous difference. Impact control, 4% shield absorption. Not really the reason you get that. The real, I mean, that is good, but the real reason is battle readiness. Instantly heals you for 10% of your total health. When you don't have the trauma buff with the gear I have, it is 1700 health. Not a whole bunch, but you got to keep in mind that this move also enhances the combat technique itself. It lowers the rate to 3 seconds. Which means that you're going to be able to heal yourself for a lot faster. I'll show you the way I use that the most in a little bit. Um, let's see what else we got. Force pool, of course, you need your pool. Doesn't have a force cost. Every tank pretty much needs this. It's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's the same cooldown as a Vanguard harpoon. 45 seconds seems about right. Of course, you want to be able to pull people. I wish I could pull my allies into down here, but fortunately, that trolling technique is reserved for sages. But regardless, let's see what else we got. Okay, here's one. I wish I could put more points into this. I might mess with the spec later that takes it out of here. I've been thinking about doing that. Basically what happens is whenever you control somebody with spinning kick or force stun, those are your two main stuns that you have as a tank shadow. These two here, spinning kick, locks them down for 2 seconds, and force stun for 4 seconds. So while they are stunned by those, they take 3% more damage. This goes up to 9%, but we only take 1 point in that because of this build. Because of over here, I'll get into that in a second. Stasis, this one is pretty damn awesome. 20% armor rating, and spinning kick can be used out of stealth. That's the main reason we get that. You could still use it to initiate out of stealth. You know, you go up to people and you kick them, as with the DPS spec, but mid-fight, you don't have to use force cloak and then do spinning kick like I do in my DPS spec. Most shadows probably are familiar with that move. Bombardment, this is basically just, this is kind of a PvE move, but I think the main reason you get it in PvP is for the 15% damage boost on project. The threat obviously doesn't really matter in PvP. But if you were tanking in a raid or a hard mode, that is important to have as you want to keep threat up. Let's see. Okay, this one's just a passive damage increase. It's a lot like this, except that it's just base damage dealt by your combat technique force breach and your slow time, which is the level 40 move. That's obviously we want damage. That's very nice to have. Now here, this is the good stuff right here. Harness shadows. Each time you use project and slow time, which are your main damage moves, you're going to be casting these as much as you can. Project and slow time, which actually I'll explain that first. Slow time, it's basically just an AoE bomb. You do about 1,000 damage kinetic, and it decreases all their damage dealt by 5%, and it slows their movement speed by 30%. So it's a massive AoE. You want to use this every time it's up. I know it uses 34, so it's kind of a lot, but every time, that 7.5 second cooldown is pretty low. You want to just spam that move, preferably on groups of people since it's an AoE, but in 1v1s it's also amazing. You lower their damage by 5%. And it's a instant force slow. I don't really like force slow in this spec because first of all I have it bound to a stupid button. I need to change that. Shift 2. Don't ever bind anything to that. You know, this does more damage and slows them for longer, so I like that more than force slow. But anyway, so with that in mind, harness shadows, back to this. Project and slow time will grant harness shadows. If this gets at one, it stacks up to 3 times, but if you just want to have an uninterrupted telekinetic throw really quick, you can just use this at 1 stack, but I highly suggest you get it up to 3 stacks. So what you want to do is, your normal rotation is going to be a project, slow time project. It takes about, I believe, 10 seconds or so to get all that in there, but once you have that at 3 stacks, your telekinetic throw damage is increased by 75%. It says 25. But it stacks up to 3 times. Okay, and then the heal stays at 3%, but it's each tick. So what happens is you're going to be doing project, slow time project, or either any order, just get it up to 3 stacks. And then your telekinetic throw, each time it ticks, it's going to heal you for 3% of your max health, which at 17,000 health, or 17.7 I guess, that's basically going to be a little more than the combat technique. It's going to be like 450 or so each tick, which is a lot because it ticks, I believe, 5 times, I want to say. And then also the damage is increased by 75%. So base right now I'm at 2.2k. It'll go up to about 4.7 thousand, I think, base, without crits. You got to keep in mind. So if you pop Force Potency and then you do it, you'll see I'm going to queue up actually right now. I'll queue up. You get some pretty massive damage with that. So going over to the right skill tree, Force Synergy, When you crit with a force move, it increases your melee crit chance by 9%. It's okay. I mean, 9% is pretty good, so we mostly get that because this over here is force technique, and that's obviously not what we want. Reduces all damage by 2%. Obviously pretty good for tanks. Even if you're DPS, you pretty much have to get that. So, okay, and then we do Psychokinesis. Reduces the force cost of double strike and project. That's really good. Because if you don't take this, you're going to have a little bit of a resource problem with force. It's not, you know, you're not going to be able to keep up, like I said, the project, slow time project. That's going to be a little harder to keep up, because when these are on cooldown, you're going to want to do double strike, but of course that costs force, so you're going to be a little bit starved if you don't take that. Upheaval, this is, any spec you need to take this really. You don't have to, but if you don't, you're really gimping yourself, especially just in 1v1s and pretty much any scenario. When you use project, there's a 45% chance that an additional chunk of debris, I love how it says that, is thrown. So basically, when you use project, you have a 45% chance to increase the damage it does by 50%. That includes crits, which is what I love. This will crit, you know, and then you're gonna do at least 2,000, probably up to 3,000 with this spec with project, you know, with relics and whatnot. So, and then you add another 50% to that, so it does like 4,500 damage, I believe, is about what I max with it, with this spec, which is amazing because it's a tank spec. So yeah, that explains pretty much the whole tree. What you'll hopefully see me do in the coming, there it is, the Warzone. I use a little combo. I call it the Jesus button personally, but if you get religiously offended, you don't have to say that, or whatever you want to call it. Basically what I do is I pop resilience, and it blows a lot of cooldowns, keep in mind, but especially battle readiness, 3-minute cooldown. But if you have, you know, like 4 or 5 guys on you and you don't feel like dying, what you do is you pop resilience. Make sure, first of all, your Harness Shadows is up. This has to be, like I said, Harness Shadow, that has to be at 3 stacks for this to work. For the heal. So what happens is you pop resilience, pop battle readiness, heals you for, what was it, 1,700 or something. And then,
welcome to the pit, sentient beings! The celebrated Jedi the Hutt commends your choice in entertainment.
Well, anyway, you pop resilience, battle readiness, so you become immune to interrupts, knockbacks, everything, force and tech. You heal yourself for 10%, lower the rate of combat techniques, so it's going to be ticking a million times. And then you pop your telekinetic throw, and then what that does is you're going to be getting healed like a boss, and you're going to be literally uninterruptible because you pop resilience. You get 5 seconds, which covers the whole 3-second channel here. You're going to get that whole 3 seconds where you're immune to force and tech, and you heal yourself for probably about 30% of your max life, if not more. Depending on what combat technique does for you, and how geared you are. I mean, I've got, remember, you're going to see, hopefully, unless something goes terribly wrong, you're going to be seeing me with all this DPS stalker gear, and I'm just going to be dying very little. Oh, I have survivor bracers on, hold on. Let's see what we got here. Stalker bracers, stalker handcuffs, okay. So now we're at full DPS. Yeah, a little bit less health, you can see. I believe the defense chance is a little bit lower, but here we go, full DPS gear. Let's see. On huttball, sometimes I'll grab the ball first. Yeah, the Guardian's just good in there. Okay, so pop that AoE taunt, big disrupt. And so, like I said, not everything always goes according to plan. I'm already at very low health, but yep, there you go. You still get blown up a bit. With the full tank gear, that probably wouldn't have happened. But I'm queuing up with 3 turrets. It's the worst server I know of.
Rockworm ball! Let's see if they can keep it!
Knucklehead over there. Oh, we got another taker.
Task incomplete! Rodworms need a vision checkup!
Where's that coming from? Get over here. And we'll pop our little Jesus button, like I said. See, resist. I would have gotten knocked back, but I popped resilience. So that didn't happen. And fights are a little bit more boring, in my opinion, as this spec, because you're just sitting there. Oh, see, there you go. He interrupted my 3-stack Heart of Shadows, but still just gets raped anyway. Also, remember, your Force Breach is also an AoE in this spec, which, coming from a DPS spec main, like me, you kind of forget that you have that instead of a huge burst of damage. Yeah, I mean...
Rockworm Soul Handler is down!
Knock it off. Oh, hello. See, another interrupt there.
An enemy is unbeatable!
Oh, yeah. Slank again for this guy. Hello. Little white bar needs something to do. Where are you going? Come here.
Rockworm down! Just destroyed by the frog dogs!
So I'm a little bit starved right now, as you can see.
What a
I'm
terrible
not
pass!
totally used to this,
Bad day
but
for frog dogs everywhere!
happens a little bit more than I'd like. But I'm used to having that blackout. This way I can pop that
Pass is a
whenever you need it.
complete failure! Frog dog ball! Frog dog throws to frog dog! Nice pass!
It's a weird name. Look at this guy. So I mean, you can see the healing. It's kind of underrated, I think, because people just think that combat technique heals you for nothing. But it's actually a lot because it ticks so often, especially when you use battle readiness. It's like it's a weird flat percent. 400. I thought that healed more, but whatever. Here we go, Guardian buffing me, or guarding me, but not buffing me.
Pointless throw! Rodworms are losing it, folks!
What's this guy doing?
Rodworm pass is good for a game! Pointless throw! Rodworms are losing it, folks!
Also keep in mind, you're never going to use Shadow Strike for this spec, just costs way too much force. Coming from DPS is kind of a big deal, because you're gonna, you want that weapon damage, but you can see right there that telekinetic throw just ticked for like, what was that, 1600? Oh, I lost it. I don't know what you think you're gonna
What
do
a
to me.
terrible pass!
Idiot.
Bad day for frog dogs everywhere! Enemy is unbeatable! Frog dog crush! Spectacular Rodworms play!
So many enemies. In case you haven't noticed, I have absolutely no desire to care about the huttball in this game. Kind of just going for, oh, that guy is no gear. gets the set bonus, but he has 14,000 health. Or that 115 energy, but he has 14,000 health. I don't think so. I've never seen that. Hello. No idea where you came from.
Bloodworm Pass is a complete failure. Frog Dog Ball. Bloodworm down. Just destroyed by the Frog Dogs.
That has got to be the worst Marauder I've ever seen. Played my Shadow
Frog
in a
Dogs
billion
grab the
years,
ball.
just killed
Run,
him.
Frog Dogs.
Oh, hello. Hello, Master Sour Beast. Hope you guys are enjoying my lack of commentary.
Splat goes a
Guardian.
Frog Dog. Get a cleaner, Druid.
Force pool's almost up. This guy's gonna fight the dust. Come here.
Bloodworms take out a Frog Dog. Brutal.
Come here. Oh, that's not good. What the hell is going on?
Bloodworm Pass is good for a
What is
game.
that? Pop cooldown from that
Bloodworm's
too.
Pass. Success. That's how it's done.
Oh, please, baby Jesus, let me win this 1v1.
Bloodworm Ball Handler is
Oh
down.
my goodness. No. Line of sight for you, buddy.
Frog Dog throws to Frog Dog. Nice pass. Frog Dog pass connects. Big game.
Oh my gosh. Never! Oh, I killed the sniper. The server's a bit of a cesspool in my opinion. Been gone so long I have no idea what's happening. There's just a bunch of new 50s apparently. Ow. Don't care though. It's a bad server. Guess I'll save the teammate for once. Oh, but I white barred him apparently.
Neutral ball. Let's go berserk. Rotworm down.
You're
Just
cool.
destroyed by the Frog Dogs. Rotworms destroy the Ball Handler.
Really throw that?
That's incomplete. Rotworms need a vision checkup. Frog Dogs have the ball, but for how long?
Yep. I'm gonna have to cut out some of this huttball game. It's taking so long. Don't worry, I'll leave the good
Rotworms
parts
take
for you
out a Frog
guys.
Dog. Brutal.
Wow, we scored. I have no idea how that happened. Also, I love doing this.
Let's go
So take a shout out.
berserk.
Did you like your acid bath? I hope you enjoyed it. Worked very hard to bring you that. Oh, let's have a meditate fight with this guy. Oh, you want to fight? Okay. Let's go, bro. Oh, you seem to have brought a friend, didn't you?
Rotworms take out a Frog Dog. Brutal. Black goes a Frog Dog. Get a cleaner, Druid.
Whoa, what's going on? Hey! Oh, come down here if you want me.
Pass incomplete. Rotworms need a vision checkup.
G to the G. Oh wow, you really white barred him, Ryzen.
take out a frog dog! Brutal! Worm score! Neutral ball! Let's go berserk! Our dogs have the ball, but for how long? Rodworms take out a frog dog! Brutal!
Accuracy reduction sucks. I missed a stun. You guys see that? Took me to get force pull with your OP. Don't worry about it, guys. Miss your stun, you just use force pull.
These teams are evenly matched. Let's hope somebody gets pulped real soon.
Okay,
Frog dog crushed! Spectacular Rodworms play!
Oh yeah, stealth scan, because I was totally gonna stay in stealth, right?
Rodworm pass is good for a gain! Rodworms take out a frog dog! Brutal! Today's post-match cleanup provided by Corfun's All-Star Salky Kibble. Shouldn't your Salky eat the best talent around? Now, back to the ball! Oh, the frog dogs just pulled the ball handler apart!
I feel like I don't have all my protection. Marauders make me low.
Just destroyed by the frog dogs!
Oh yeah. Pop that way too late.
Black goes a frog dog! Get a cleaner, droid!
Oh, that guy lived? Oh, frame rate. Come here, bro. That's really not gonna save you, bro. Did he just use escape? What was that? Missed the stun again. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, pop that Ricada med pack, bro. Pop it more, bro. Come on, bro. Going over there? Okay. See you in a second.
That'll hurt in the morning. Frog dog's on a rampage!
So, just to prove how retarded the server
Mighty
is,
Gerada the Hutt declares the Rotworms today's winners and praises their
this is what kills me, is you
voracious
get
talent.
300,000 damage with a tank spec. I really don't. I mean, I didn't even get Paladin, no Defender medals because it's huttball. I mean, it's all gonna... Oh, everybody left. It's all gonna change with the new medals, but I mean, you won't get... I almost got medic medal. It's like... It's just kind of a ridiculous spec, really, but... That was actually, in my opinion, that was a bad game, so about 26 kills. I don't know, it's just kind of... Not the best, but... That's what I get for recording around. Of course, it's gonna suck when I record. But anyway... hope all you loyal 70 subscribers or whatever I have enjoy the enjoy this ridiculousness. I'll see you later.